Just finished up episode 2 of The Boys. Lots going on in this second episode. The Deep, he goes on a drug induced quest to find some inner peace or something. I don't really know. Homelander, he's decided that he's given up the superhero life. He just wants to be a stay at home dad. Kimiko finds her long lost brother. Billy Butcher, he's back. We kind of get a little bit into what happened to him while he was gone. And he also makes a deal with the Colonel to potentially clean the slate for everyone at the Boys. Is that even what they're called? They're the Boys, right? And also, A Train comes back from the dead. To me, so far, the most interesting story is the Deep. I don't know why. Like, he was a terrible character last season, and this season starts, and all of a sudden, like, I'm invested in the Deep. I want to know what's happening with the Deep. I gotta get my the Deep updates every week. And today, Eagle Eye or whatever the other superhero. Nobody cares about the other superhero. We only care about the Deep. He does some mushrooms and he starts chatting with his gills. He's always been embarrassed about his gills, and then him and his gills are singing "You Are So Beautiful." It was just a real touching moment, and I can't explain it. Like, that is the story I'm most drawn into right now. There's tons of other stuff going on in this season so far, but I want to see what happens to the Deep for whatever reason. All right, let's move on. How about Starlight? She's kind of on this mission to expose Vought and Compound V. So today she gets Compound V from Gecko, and then basically the rest of the episode is just her interactions with the new girl Stormfront and A Train, who is freshly out of the hospital. So that little tension between A Train and Starlight was kind of cool. It's like mutually assured destruction, that they both basically got dirt on each other, and if one goes down, the other goes down with them, and there's nothing either can do about anything the other's doing. So it's kind of an interesting position. I expect that to be a primary relationship for Starlight all season long here, and I almost got the impression at the end of the last interaction between Starlight and A Train that A Train left with just kind of a thought like, okay, this girl isn't quite what I thought she was. There's a little more substance here, and just kind of interested to see where that goes. Also, we have lots of Starlight and Stormfront going on today. There was this whole idea that Stormfront was going after Starlight, saying, you're a plant, you're a mole for Vought, you're this undercover agent, and it got me thinking, what if that is actually what Stormfront is? She was hired directly by the Vought higher ups. So there is potential there that even though she gives off the attitude like, I don't care, I don't give a crap about all the behind the scenes stuff, like, let's just go save some people and call it a day. So I like that. I like the new character and excited to see what happens there. We also had a little side journey with Maeve today. She goes and gets a call that one of her exes is in the hospital, and she goes to visit her. And kind of goes into some stuff about how, Homelander is essentially controlling, and anybody who gets close to her, he ends up killing. So that's kind of interesting. We've had that tension from season 1 between Maeve and Homelander, and maybe she's finally building up the courage to go after Homelander and try to take him down. As I mentioned in the open, Homelander, he's decided that he's just going to be a stay-at-home dad. He is currently living with his son and Billy Butcher's girl. I guess that's how she was described, and it's just a very awkward situation. The kid doesn't have any superpowers, but Homelander is convinced that because it's his son, that he's got superpowers and just wants them to come to light. So he's got a superpower buddy. Don't really know what's going to happen there, but it seems like Homelander is going to be there for a while, and we probably won't see him interacting with many other people for the most of the first half of this season. Our crew, the boys, as I said, Billy Butcher made a deal with the Colonel to clean their records in exchange for hunting down the new soup terrorist that has just been smuggled into the States. And as it turns out, that soup terrorist is Kimiko's brother. And there was kind of an interesting dynamic there. You know, we find out that Kimiko, she was essentially kidnapped by the Shining Light and turned into a soup. And then they did the same to her brother. And of course, Kimiko thinks that she's rescuing her brother, but really he is totally on board with working with Shining Light to take down, I don't know if it's just America in general or the superheroes, but it seems like they are going to play a bigger role in this season. But Kimiko's brother, he's been caught by the boys. And yeah, they're going back to their secret lair to find out what the next step is. All right, I think I covered everything. I'm really enjoying this so far. There was a lot going on in this second episode. I really enjoyed that. And hopefully we get some really great storylines this season. All right, until next time, we will see you later.